Hello, my name is Zane Lambros, and I am the Adult Comprehensive Services Manager here at FBC. I have been with FBC since April of 2023, and one of the main pieces of my role here is to really focus on the day-to-day operations of the Adult Comprehensive Program, which also includes being the VR liaison and making sure that our clients are set up in the program to be as successful as they can be. So one of the things that I focus on as the Adult Comprehensive Manager is helping students come into the program, and so getting them set up with anything that they might need, including helping to facilitate transportation with voc rehab, making sure that they have all of their access to the systems set up, and just really helping them take that first step into the Adult Comprehensive Program. I also meet with students on a regular basis just to do check-ins and make sure that they're doing okay, really to monitor progress, and if they have concerns or questions or things that they're struggling with, we meet regularly to talk those through, to make sure that their needs are being met while they're here. And so those are two of the largest pieces of my role here as the Adult Comprehensive Manager. We also really like to focus on making sure that students are prepared for employment, and making sure that students are independent, regaining that independence if vision loss has occurred, previously, or if vision loss is something that's been part of your life for the duration of your life. Taking that first step into adulthood can be a challenge, and so the main focus of our program is to have our students be independent, ready for employment, and getting back out there. One of the biggest challenges that we see with our new students coming in is a fear of assistive technology, and also kind of not necessarily being adapted to their vision loss. And so those are two of the biggest classes that we focus on here at FBC, is learning assistive technology and how to be reintegrated into the world of tech, because that's where we're at in society today. And then also we really try to help overcome some of those fears and barriers of adjusting to life with vision loss. That can be a huge hurdle for a lot of folks, and we spend a lot of time talking about that and really teaching our students how to self-advocate and really understand that vision loss is not a disability, and it's a diagnosis, and that's the motto that we live by at FBC, and that's really what we try to instill for our students too.
My name is Esme Peterson, and I'm the Outreach and Community Engagement Manager here at FBC, and I have been here for 2 years. Part of my role as the Resource and Community Engagement Manager is to support within the Adult Comprehensive Program. Part of my support is in employment services or job readiness services, which surrounds preparing the students for employment, and that can be by practicing some interviewing skills and making sure that they are ready for interviewing for the job that they might want. Preparing a resume, working on an elevator speech are all skills that we work within the job readiness side of the program to really gain that confidence in finding a job. Another part which I support in is in orientation and mobility, and that is to provide the students with the confidence to navigate and travel not only successfully but safely. And so that can be through learning cane techniques. It can be through using assistive apps or tools to get to their location safely, and that can be traveling to and from work or within the work building. And then the other area that I support in is going to be orientation and adjustment to disability, and that's going to be the social, emotional, or mental health side of adjusting to vision loss. And so everybody's journey is unique and individual, and so we like to provide a non-judgmental space for students to be able to share their journey, and also to be able to support their families through that journey as well. For any new students who are coming into our program, one of our big focuses is to really just provide the support and meet all of our new students where they're at, to help support them to get to a place where they feel confident and comfortable with their daily living and just being able to get back to their employment or to reach the goals that they want to reach. At the end of this video, we'll have a couple of students who are going to share their journey through the Adult Comprehensive Program, just a little bit more about where they started and how their time through the Adult Comprehensive Program really supported them in reaching their goals and finding the independence that they were looking for.
Hi, this is Matthew Bullis, and I'm an Assistive Technology Specialist here at the Foundation for Blind Children, Adult Services. I've been at FBC for 12 years now, since the end of 2011, and I teach technology and also teach Braille, and it's the adult program, whether it's college age to seniors. When a student comes to me as their instructor, they're starting from the beginning as far as using the computer, at least from our curriculum standpoint. And even if they use magnification, we're still going to teach them how to use the keyboard and not reach for that mouse. So if they're magnifying, or if they also need some support from speech feedback, some speech output on the computer, we're still teaching them how to use the keyboard and to start from the basics, from moving around the Windows desktop to managing files, saving files, finding the files that you've saved, and then continuing on from there. Once we finish a client in the Windows curriculum, they progress to email management and document editing. Then we practice their skills on the internet, and if it's a screen reader user, accessing the internet is a totally different way of approaching using the internet with crowded websites. So we teach them how to navigate a website, including ordering groceries or other items, and managing job applications and other items that they need for the internet. After they have practiced their skills on the internet, we come back over to Outlook because we were going to review email management. We want to make sure that the student is able to book their own appointments and then meetings with others, including other students and staff, and function in a business environment, because everything points toward employment. All the things that we're showing a student, it points toward employment or college. That's an overview of the technology course that we offer here at the Foundation for Blind Children Adult Services.
My name is Mary Beth Wagner. I am the Activities of Daily Living instructor here at FBC. I work with students on managing a household, and I've been with FBC for 3 years. A big part of what I teach is something that you can't find in textbooks. It's hope. It's helping students find their hope again, and sometimes that means helping them find the courage to cook a meal that they haven't cooked in a really long time because they've been afraid to use the oven. Sometimes that means helping them deal with their frustrations with using assistive technology and using their phones to identify currency. Sometimes that means helping them overcome their fear of putting together an outfit and just facing their fears. It's so much more than just your basic run-of-the-mill household stuff. It encompasses so many aspects of life. You've heard a lot of assistive technology and orientation and mobility and things like that. What Activities of Daily Living does is it helps you get ready for life. It helps you get ready for the daily struggles that you face, whether it's cooking a meal for your family, whether it's getting ready for a job interview, there's so many challenges that you face, big and small, as someone with vision loss, and ADL helps you prepare for that. We want our students to get to a place where they can face each struggle that comes their way and look at it and say, what critical thinking skills can I use to overcome this situation? Because vision loss is another challenge that has come their way. And while it may be overwhelming, while it may be daunting, while it may be upsetting, it is something that they can overcome with the proper skills, with the proper training. And we want our students to understand that it is not a disability. It doesn't have to be a disability. It's a diagnosis. It doesn't have to identify them or define them as a person. It's simply part of who they are, and it's part of their story. It doesn't have to be their entire story.
My name is Cynthia Woods, and I'm a certified vision rehabilitation therapist here at FBC. I've been teaching Braille here at FBC for almost 12 years. I also learned Braille as an adult, and I found it a fascinating thing, and I'm so happy to have the opportunity to share it with my students. Literacy in our day and age is really critical to survival and getting a good job. Reading and writing are critical to all kinds of communication, both spoken and, in the case of Braille, written. You can't hold a can of peas up to your computer and say, "What does this say? Is this peas? Is it carrots? Is it beans? What kind of can am I opening here?" Although there are apps available that will read a barcode or whatever, that takes time. You got to go get the piece of equipment, you have to turn it on, and then you have to find the barcode. So it's not always the easiest thing. If you have a Braille label on your spices and canned goods and whatnot in your kitchen, you're always going to be able to pick one up and know exactly what it is. That also goes for labeling clothing. None of us want to show up at a job interview with a blue shirt, a purple sweater, and one black sock and one blue sock. That is unprofessional. And if your clothes are labeled, every single time you take a piece out of your closet, you're going to know exactly what it is, and that will build your confidence. You're going to be able to dress. You're going to be able to read the signs on the restrooms, in the elevators, and you're going to be just as functional as you were before you lost your vision. All of our technology is wonderful. It's a time-saving tool, but it will never replace the low-tech options that are still available to us.
So my name is Claudia Alvarado, and I am the career specialist here in FBC. What I do is pretty much I support the students developing the skills that they need to prepare to get a job and also maintain a job. And we also do some career exploration and look for some careers that might be suitable for the students. They need to prepare for the interview, right? Because if they're not prepared, they're not going to feel confident that they have the skills they need for that interview. So we prepare for those interviews, that we do mock interviews. We also talk about the outfits that they're going to wear, the type of jewelry that they're going to be wearing. Like, we cover all of those details because we want to make sure that once they're there at the interview, they can focus just on answering the questions that they're being asked rather than of thinking on other things. We also do a lot of interview skills preparation. So, behavioral interview questions. We help them answer all of those questions that they might be asked. Like, for example, tell me about yourself. Most of the time, students get really nervous when somebody asks them that at the job interview. So we cover all of those things. We want to make sure they have the tools they need for those interviews. We also tell them they have to prepare the day before, have their outfit ready for those interviews, have a good breakfast because they don't know how long they're going to be there, arriving early to the interviews, making sure their transportation is set up, making sure they have reliable transportation because they don't want to be late to that interview. Like, that's the first impression that they're going to be giving to the company. Some of the things the students will learn during career exploration is interview skills. We will help them with all the documents that they need to get a job, such as a resume, a cover letter, a thank you note. We would also help them practice for their interviews. We also teach them how to dress for an interview. what to expect when they get a job, right? So the whole process of applying for a job, interviewing for a job, what happens after the interview, how can they follow up, and then once they get a job, we also cover the offer letters. We help them to learn the things that they need to do to advocate for themselves and how to request the appropriate accommodations for them to do the jobs that they're going to be doing.
My name is Brooke Beatty. I'm the Employment Services Coordinator here at FBC, and I've worked for FBC for about 10 years. We teach a series of orientation and adjustment to disability workshops here in the program. We talk about self-advocacy, boundaries, communication strategies, wellness and recreation, problem solving, critical thinking. We also do improv sessions where people can practice their interpersonal communication skills, including how to get information that's typically communicated non-verbally, because we've got to get that information somehow, and we can't necessarily use our eyes to do that. The other thing I do in the Adult Services program is teach orientation and adjustment to disability. When people lose their vision, or even if they've had vision loss their whole life, this impacts every area of our lives. There are things that we do that connect to who we are as people. They're fundamental parts of our identities. And when an individual loses their vision, for a while, they may have to stop doing the things that were important to them. That includes work, that can include family activities, hobbies, recreation, wellness, everything that they do as a person. And until they come to a program like ours and learn the skills that will enable them to resume those activities, sometimes people can have a temporary sense of loss of identity. Our goal with orientation and adjustment to disability is to help an individual get back to themselves as an entire person. That feeds into employability because we have to bring our whole selves to work. We are entire people. So when an individual is adjusted to their vision loss, when they feel comfortable with who they are, with how their disabilities impact them, and they're able to self-advocate, talk about their disabilities, and talk about themselves as a human, all of that makes people more employable and more successful and happier. So I work with job seekers when they have all of their core blindness skills down solidly and they're ready to actively search for and apply for jobs. I work with them on resumes, cover letters, interviewing techniques, and how to navigate the hiring and onboarding processes.
Hello, my name is Christian Lord. I've been involved at FBC since last year, 2022, and I went into the summer camp, college prep and team to work, and I started adult comprehensive program back in January, so I've been here for 7 months already, so fast. I believe in myself, that's for sure. But I didn't know if I have the skills, if I have the abilities. But it shows up quickly that I did, and I have throughout these months I have particularly gained orientation and mobility skills. My tech skills have got a lot better. ADL, independent living skills, has been also a really important part, and I have gained, of course, professional skills and communication skills, which are great towards my future success, and I'm really excited. I think one of the most important things that you learn here is that to find a strategy, a way to do things. Because a lot of times when you're doing cleaning, when you're doing cooking, what I love about here about my instructors is that they teach you to do it a way, but they also teach you how to find your own strategies in order to do that thing successfully. For example, a good example is somebody might cook differently using different tools, and like everyone is a little different, and just finding I think the most important is finding a way to do it correctly and efficiently by finding your own way to do that, your own strategies, and of course you do that by critical thinking, and they really teach that. So I think it's one of the important things. I think I repeated myself, but it's just finding strategies in order to do the things that you do successfully. This program is amazing. The instructors are amazing, but I think what they want to teach here is how to give you the tools so you can expand and do other things. I think my favorite part of the program so far is I have two actually, two favorite parts. Is one of us being here, connecting with students and instructors, being able to talk, socialize, and learn together because we're on a journey. I mean, everybody's on a different spot, but being able to talk with students and saw them how they go on and being able to like socialize, I think it's a really great environment. And the other part is practicing and I don't want to say even practicing, incorporating the skills that I have learned on my daily life, which is something that is crucial, especially if you want to be successfully after the program, which just incorporating those skills into my daily and real life. So right now is I'm thinking of going to college. I want to be a software engineer, and what I'm thinking is probably get a part or full-time job first, get some work experience, save some money, and possibly go college out of state. I want to challenge myself, and I want to grow up and be using those skills that I have learned here and expand those to the maximum and challenge myself, because I think in order to grow you gotta challenge yourself. So yeah, that's what I'm planning to do. I am graduating. I am so excited. I have completed my training, and oh my god, I'm very excited. I have a lot of feelings, and they're great feelings because oh my god, if I look back at myself 7 months ago, I didn't even thought that I could live by my own, and maybe I did, but maybe I wasn't even sure of myself. And here they have helped me and pushed me and support me in order to do so, in order to believe in myself, and knowing that now that I have the skills, I feel so much better. And I'm excited because today is my graduation, and I'm moving on with my life, and moving on into the adult life already. So I'm excited.
Hi, my name is Andrea Cordell Perez. I've been in the ATS program for 10 months now. I found out about this program through Voc Rehab, and ATS is something that I did to better gain more skills so that I could attend college to be a teacher of the visually impaired. So a few things that I've hoped to gain were travel skills, so orientation and mobility, and just that independence. I really feel like I've grown a lot in, not only those independent skills, but myself, in my confidence. Because when I was in school, I grew up visually impaired. I was the only visually impaired person at, where I grew up. And coming here, it really opened my eyes. Gaining those skills, but then also, implementing them. So, once I learned how to, take the bus, I could go out and do it on my own. And it was just, I feel like now I have this sense of freedom. ATS really helped me, develop confidence in myself. I would really encourage people to give this program a try. You'll learn a lot, and you'll meet some incredible people.
So one thing that really sticks out in my mind as I've worked with students the last few years through FBC and in other areas is that what students learn in an adult comprehensive program is not just focused on employment, but these are going to be skills that are going to be useful throughout the entirety of their lives, whether that's independent living skills, technology, Braille. Really, this is encompassing of everything, every aspect of life. And so that is a huge thing that we try to really focus on in the program is a holistic point of view, because these things are going to stick with our students for forever.